Okay. I am now getting this, a new version of Java. Okay, well, thank you. Okay. Please, okay, well, I'm not going to do that right now. Anyway, yeah, hopefully this, whatever that is not affecting this. It seems to be working. All right, hello. Um, all right. I'm going to, I'm gonna swag jack at the beginning of every video now when it takes somebody else's catchphrase right out of their mouth and act like I made it up. All right, let's see. I noticed that yesterday the video that I posted started. Oh yeah, it cut off. It cut off at the point where I was looking up a word for slow jams because he used it all out of context and it just kind of, you know, hurt my feelings a little bit. Hurt my grammar snob feelings. So what we're going to do is start from there. I'm going to finish up the thing with him. And if it doesn't take too long, then I will also start getting into Ass Reel the Nuns, whatchamacallit. So yeah, let me get into the screen share. Hold on. Got kind of like one too many windows open here, but okay. Screen share. All right, so he had said something like, now I want to talk to Maury. Now, Maury, when you're hanging out with your constituents, okay, poor thing. Constituent can serve as an adjective or a noun. He meant to say colleagues, okay? He meant to say colleagues. The word he used was constituent. A constituent, element, material, etc. A component, a person who authorizes another to act in his or her behalf as a voter in a district represented by an elected official. An element considered as a part of construction. Okay, so what he meant was colleague, when you're hanging out with your colleagues, but he said constituent as if my husband were a politician or something. Anyway, let's get back into, this is another thing. There was another word that he kind of used out of context. Which one was it? Oh yeah, psychosis. He said, "Oh, your little psychosis or whatever, was wrong about me, blah blah blah." And I was talking about like download dudes or dudes who really are thirsty for male company. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be that they, want to get porked in the butt or anything, but they really do that sort of like circle jerk, penis measuring, want to hang out with other dudes and and congratulate each other on being dudes, this kind of thing. So I believe that when he said, your little psychosis, he meant to say analysis. Okay, so your little analysis. Blah, 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 is what he meant to say, but he said psychosis. Also, yes, here, when you're hanging out with your constituents, I believe that he meant to say colleagues, all right? So anyway, yeah, here he is. And let us continue. Let me check to make sure I'm still on. Check my phone, check. 1 2 1 2. And we're good to go. All right, let's go. And they have their beautiful white women and match their race and they're out there feeling good, and then your motherfucking wife walk in with a ball ass head and rainbow colors in it. Ha 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 ha. Tell me how you really feel. But you fucked around and got you some of that good goddamn cocoa butter. It was good in the motherfucker, wasn't it? That's what it was, huh? You couldn't let it go, huh? Couldn't let that crazy bitch go. Crazy bitch got some good head, some good ass pussy. Oh Lord. Oh man. Okay. When they all matched race and stuff. You know what's really funny? In my husband's line of work, most of his colleagues' wives are Asian. Most of them are Asian. It's so funny too. I've brought up Asian people in my videos before when I'm describing, my friends, my like inner circle. They're all Asian, and they are all from different countries. But with my husband's colleagues, most of them have Asian wives from the Orient, Chinese, Japanese, Korean. Now, something funny about one of his colleagues, actually, he and his beautiful Asian wife, they had a daughter, and his wife, it's so funny because like we'd always see them show up with a nanny to functions like, just like regular, 4th of July or whatever, little picnic, barbecue or whatever. She would always bring a nanny to help with her child. And it's not like she works or anything, or is, an actress who's on set all day, or is, I don't know, just, super like rolling in it like that. Like well, my husband's line of work, they make pretty good money, but it's not necessarily like, yeah, it's not hire a nanny for every child money, unless you're at the top of the rung with with what he does. And even then, like, I don't know, generally people in his line of work, well, I am super, super generalizing, like every IT guy isn't a damn genius. But I know that as far as the people that he likes to associate with, most of the guys in his line of work, are smarter with their money than that, to just throw it away. So it was just funny that this lady would always arrive with a nanny, and they're divorced now because of shit like that, because she was bleeding him dry with all kinds of unnecessary expenditures. And her family owns a restaurant out here in the valley that we've gone to eat at. And, really nice people. But it's funny, it's that they have they're Korean and they have like an American diner, it's cute. Anyway, yeah, most of my man's not constituents, colleagues, wives, most of his colleagues' wives are Asian, among those who are married. And my husband has never been attracted to an Asian woman enough to ask her out. So there you go. In case you were wondering whether or not he shows up at the picnic and is all upset because his wife is bald, yet also has a bunch of colors in her head. How can I be bald, but also have a whole bunch of colors in my head? See, you have a thing with hair, dude. You really do. Like, I remember you making so many videos, talking about your daughter's hair and her hair, and there's something hair, and their hair will grow if you let it, the hair will grow. Hair, and then you had like those dead ends hanging off of your head for the longest, to try and like compensate for this hairline. And then you want to, also like call a whole bunch of chicks bald, but your chick does not have long hair either. So, I mean, if you're looking at bald, she looks more bald than me. Like that, like I Dream of Jeannie, too long fall hanging out the back doesn't fool me. When she combs that teaspoon of hair back on her head, you can see clear down to her scalp. She's damaging her hair with the processing. Part of why you guys will see me do I'll go and I'll get it done in blue stripes or whatever, whatever I'm doing. But I really actually just go and sit in the chair and let my friend who does my hair do whatever he wants with it, because I appreciate his creativity and I'm fearless like that. And I'll rock whatever the hell he does. So, like last time he did like a blue stripe that kind of like reminded me of Saturn. He did a blue stripe that went all the way, from the left all the way around to the back. And then in the back, there were other colors that joined the stripe. Really beautiful. But I'll let it grow out and then I'll go and get it done again after several months, so that it doesn't actually, so I'm not absorbing so many of those chemicals, because it's damaging. He's got to bleach my hair in order to put the colors back on. So, what I'll do is I'll try to make sure that I'm not, putting too much damage on my body, let alone my follicles. I'm not killing my scalp, but your lady is killing her scalp, dude. You and your lady pretty much share the same hairline. So I don't know where you get off like always picking on other people's hair. And the other thing I need to point out about you right now, it's just the irony of yourself that you cannot see, is that you started this video based on a misconception about my husband sitting next to me when I was calling all you ugly motherfuckers ugly. He was not sitting next to me when I was sitting here calling all you motherfuckers ugly. He was on the other side of the house. He was in the room. He was working on something on one of the work tables in our bedroom. He was making noise doing that. There was a fan blowing. He couldn't even hear me talking, But you are so scared of what some white guy thinks of you that you want to make this, 15 minutes of crying about it. And you wanted to insist that I am this, horror. This is one of the most horrible videos Jeannie's ever made, because you are saying that, I've been this horrible person sitting here talking about black men in front of this white man. And The only thing that you want to, you harp on calling me ugly, but you're a damn lie, because you already told me that you think I'm beautiful. You're a smart, beautiful lady. And it doesn't matter if you think that, because I'm not trying to attract you. You understand that? Like, it really kind of doesn't matter. I think you have trouble accepting the fact that every lady in the world isn't like so insecure that she really cares who's running around thinking she's cute or not. But anyway, the first thing that you want to do to insult me, besides calling me ugly, even though you've already called me cute, is to talk about my very African hair. You want to insult my short hair. You are telling me that I am disrespectful of black men in front of this white guy, on purpose, just to make you feel bad about your blackness. And I'm this white supremacist, bedwench bitch. But when you come across a black female who disagrees with you on a point, disagrees with you haven't even talked about like what you look like. She disagrees with you, and the first thing you want to do is be like, you bald head, right? And I'm not bald, and I would shave my hair bald. I've considered it. I've considered shaving bald and tattooing ever since I seen the model Eve on the runway, but really in this movie Pret-a-Porter. There's just this one scene that cracked me the fuck up, where she went to Pret-a-Porter is a big, long fashion movie, and it has a whole bunch of different models in it. And it's about like an incident that happened during Paris Fashion Week. It's all contrived, it's all fake and stuff, but it's really made to look, to emulate things that really happen around fashion designers, photographers, design models, stuff like that. Anyway, this one scene was so hilarious to me, where there was a model who was supposed to be in everybody's show, but she had gotten pregnant. And so she was being, the one model that everybody was calling on to replace her was the model Eve, because she was the same size. They were like, it's okay, they'll get me Eve, it's fine. So anyway, one model had gotten pregnant. She had to be replaced by the other model. The other model, Eve, Eve, really Eve, but in French it's pronounced Eve. She is a runway model. I guess I could look her up right now. Eve is bald and has a tattoo like of a dragon on the side of her head. I don't love her tattoo or anything. I just like the idea of a tattooed head. And she is, let's see, Eve. Well, Amazon Eve. Amazon Eve is in American Horror Story. See, like how she talks. I think she's a man. She's not a man. She is a woman, but I think she's transgendered, I think. But yeah, she's really, really tall. Anyway, okay, I'm getting off track. Eve, the model. Eve, bald model. Here she is. Yes, Eve. So in that scene, there is a scene where one of the designers is looking at her as a prospect for his show. And he's like, he touches her. He puts his hand on top of her head, moves it to the right, moves it to the left. And he's like, you're bold. You're bold. That's not what I'm going for this year. Bold is not my look. My silhouette is this. I have a big, I don't know. But he just made this big deal out of her being bald. And he was just such a snob about it. And I love the way Eve, like a model, she realizes that, yeah, I'm going to be like, judged by snobs. So she's not even affected by it. Like, she doesn't even flinch. She doesn't care. She don't cry. She don't give a fuck. She just knows that she's the canvas. And so when models go on go-sees, they don't go to tell the designer what their idea should be. They go, it's like, I'm just a model. I'm not, I don't even have to have a brain. I just have to have a good walk and, keep my body in the same size as it was when I tried on the thing that you designed, so that I fit your show when it's time for the show. So anyway, that's bald, dude. And I don't mind baldness. I don't think that that's a bad thing for a woman to be. And I don't think that a woman being bald automatically makes her into a manly looking female, just like a guy with long hair doesn't automatically make him into a feminine looking dude. But yes, it's very, very interesting that you made this big old wine session saying that, Jeannie sat there next to her husband and she picked on our features, which I did not. I picked on your features all by my damn self, because I don't need permission from my husband to find ugly people ugly. But the first thing that you want to do is pick on a black female's hair, So this whole video is about me talking shit about black dudes and you presuming that I did so in front of my husband. But when you go to talk shit about a black woman, and really talking shit uncalled for shit, the first thing that you want to do is pick on their hair, you know? I don't care that you called Turtle Face Charcoal Boy because I understood the context. I understood that it was like, look, this is what you sound like. How do you like it when people do that to you? It's the same as when Bone had called Tammy's daughter, you know, he said, oh, well, what are you going to do when that ugly black bitch, blah, blah, blah. You know, Bone doesn't have any problem with children. He has a problem with Turtle Face, and he was using that against him. He was saying, you know, you talk about other people's children all the time. So how does it feel when I call your daughter an ugly black bitch, and that ugly black bitch is going to be this and that? You were doing the same thing when you were calling him Charcoal Boy. Now, how come I have sense enough to know that you're doing that doesn't mean that you necessarily have a problem with dark features, you know, but you can't seem to understand yourself, you know, when it comes to your, the first thing that you want to do when somebody hurts your little feelings is go after attacking their African features, huh? Pinhead, you the ugliest motherfucker. Pinhead is the ugly motherfucker. You know, huh? Just saying. Now, once again, yes, most of my husband's colleagues, not constituents, you dumbass. Most of my husband's colleagues' wives are Asian. My husband has not ever dated an Asian woman. He's never been attracted enough to ask an Asian woman out. To Asian women, he doesn't. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much just dated black women and white women, and the majority of the women that he's dated have been black because that's what he's into. You know, I'm not the first black female for him. So, you know, if you're thinking that he is like, you know, somehow shell-shocked by my baldness, you are incorrect. And the other thing is that, you know, it's kind of obvious that you're not really happy in your relationship because you're the guy who says like, oh, I can get my dick sucked across town, I can get my dick sucked over here, I can get my dick sucked over there, and I can do whatever I want, you know, and Michelle doesn't check me, I'm a man. Well, Mo and I don't cheat on each other. I don't cheat on him. He doesn't cheat on me. We both understand that if we're not happy, we can leave, you know, like if he wanted to be with someone else, he would be with someone else. You know, I don't understand all your fucking whining, man. Like you already confessed on the phone at the TRS, you know, this one conversation we had where you were like, okay, Jeannie, I just want to ask, how come white people, you know, they get all the best black people? You know, how come, why is that? Why are they taking all the best of us? You know, so you see, you're referring to me as ugly. I wish you thought I was ugly. How about that? You know, I really wish you did. Because if you thought I was ugly, then you wouldn't feel like I've been stolen by white people. And, you know, that I'm, but, you know, like, it's just, you don't have your shit together mentally, man. I'm sorry. I know you think that you do because maybe you hang around people who are dumber than you and they make you feel smart, but you really don't think before you speak too much because you contradict the fuck out of yourself. You know, she's bald, but with a bunch of colors in her head. She can't be bald if her hair is colored. Duh. What else did you say just now? Oh, you were talking about, oh, and Kevin already pointed out in that video and da da da. Okay, let me show you this. What you're talking about is a picture. I guess I can pull up the picture too. There's a picture that was on my Facebook that is of my husband and my friend Desmond, who is a vocalist. Let's see, where was that photo? Where was that photo? Where is it? Where would it be? On my desktop. Well, no, it's on my Facebook. I guess I can look at my Facebook. I just don't want to show you creeps too much of my private stuff. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Give me just a moment here. Bear with me. Oops. No, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Get back up there. Okay. All right, he back up there. I meant to go to a different Facebook window. Yeah, this Hangouts. Like I have Chrome. I did it again. Sorry. I have Chrome, and Chrome allows me to open several windows of identity. So I use their formatting to keep my things separate. Like I do costumes, I do performance, I do, you know, like the music is separate from the costumes, which is separate from the graphic art and the graphic t-shirts, which is, you know, so I just kind of I just kind of separate things out to keep them organized. So anyway, and I'm getting ready to sell some things on Etsy and stuff. So I have like a separate window for that. So right now I am looking for the picture that you're talking about Sirloin putting up, talking about my friend and my husband. I know how to use. Sorry, I've got like a lot of pictures, and I think the easiest way to find this is actually to go to most, because my man doesn't really use Facebook a lot. Okay, so I can go ahead and screen share this with you without showing you too much of my personal Facebook information, my friends and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and show you this photo so we can get into this rebut. Okay, let's see. Nothing here. Screen share. Stop sharing that screen. Share this screen. Share it. Okay, here we go. Now, you see how here I am. This is my Facebook. And I put Hair of the Dogs by Jeff. Now, this is a play on words. Hair of the dog is a phrase that describes it, like the hair of the dog that bit you. Like it's like having, okay, if you have a Bloody Mary in the morning, if you have a hangover, having hair of the dog that bit you, that describes having more of what fucked you up in order to make yourself feel better. So you would think that, oh my gosh, I have a hangover, I shouldn't have more alcohol, but sometimes that can help with the hangover. I don't know. I don't have hangovers much because I don't like to drink to excess. You know, I like to have a glass of wine, maybe 2, by 3, no more for me, please. Same thing with shots too. You know, like I'm 3 shots, I'm 3 glasses, I'm 3 beers, and you know, after that, I'm looking for sleep. So okay, so we're talking about this now. You see my friend Desmond and my husband standing together. I said Hair of the Dogs by Jeff because we're outside of the salon where my friend does our hair and does my hair, does my baby's hair, does my husband's hair. And my friend Desmond needed his hair colored for something that he was doing. So we went to go see Jeff and he went to go get his hair done. So we were standing outside of the salon and I went to go take a picture of Desmond. And my husband leaned way back up against the car. And I just felt like, oh, you know, like he leaned way back up against the car so he wouldn't be in the picture. And it's what's funny to me is you guys think, you know, because of this picture and because you like to tell your stories, you like to, you know, think that, oh, my husband, like you really, really wanted to take this picture with this dude. Now, I pointed this out for Sirloin before. You see all of this space in between, okay? My honey doesn't do any kind of like, you know, let me get all hugged up on, you know, like Tammy, like, you know, he'll grab a dude by the hand and bring him in for it, bruh. You know, put his arm all around him just so he can get that chest bump. Do you see that these men's torsos are entirely separate from each other? Okay. Look at my man. You look at how he's leaning. You see why his waist is still against the car because he had leaned all the way back. Now, I went to go take the picture of Desmond. And when I went to go take the picture of him, the camera was still on video record. So I had accidentally recorded a video of him sideways and then turning it like, oh my gosh, I'm dumb. I still have the, you know, recording a video. So let me turn this on camera. You can actually still see on that video, my husband leaning back to get the fuck away from this dude because he don't want to be mistaken for taking a picture with him because, you know, it's very well, very good and well, you know, that Desmond has boyfriends, right? So anyway, I love Desmond. I love this smile. I'm sorry. This is just, he is a crack up. Anyway, okay. So they're taking this. So yeah. So I felt so bad by that gesture by my husband. You know, I just felt like, you know, my husband's not a homophobe or anything, but like he's a straight man. You know, so he's not. There's no tendency in him to, I don't know, be girl. Like he's not a gossipy bitch like these dudes in this corner. You know, he's not doing all this fucking busybody old lady shit. You know, so he doesn't really, you know, he's just not interested in being misconstrued as anything other than himself. You know, he's really, you know, simple dude. Anyway, oh, here's another fun fact about my husband. He built that watch. That's one of his hobbies. He builds watches. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, so I told him, you know, after I took the picture of Des, I was like, okay, lean in, honey. Come on, let me take a picture for Jeff, you know, of his clients. just so that it wouldn't look bad, you know, just like I didn't want, you know, Desmond have his feelings hurt, like, ooh, you know, like Mo was treating him like he had the plague or something. And he, you know, Desmond has lived in our home, you know, this is my brother. So anyway, that's that. Oh, you know what? I can also prove to you. That's right. I looked that up. Let's switch screens again. We're going to go back to actually show you that video bit where my husband was leaned back and not wanting to be in the picture initially. Fucking morons think you know something about me. It's so funny because you guys try your hardest, you know, to be like, to get me, you know, but you can't get me. Let's see. Let me find my what is it? It's on my Daily Motion. And you know, that's something so funny. This video is called Rainbow Cunt. I made this video because it was in response to, you know, you guys and your bullshit. You like to say shit. And I at first I don't care. And after I hear it the third time, it's like, oh God, okay, well, let me show you why what you're saying is some bullshit. So somebody had said something about, you know, oh, Jeannie, and all you do is that, you know, you never go nowhere, you never do nothing, you ain't got nothing going, but, you know, this. And I'm like, well, that's the furthest from the truth, child. I'm running from all the shit that I gotta do. Okay, let me show you this. This video was on my Facebook. I think, yeah, it was actually, I think it was Turtleface who had been talking all the shit and trying to suggest that, you know, I need him, or I'm trying to get famous off of him or some shit like that. So I pointed out, like, you know, really, like, I got a lot going on that has nothing to do with this bullshit here. And, you know, yeah, here's all my, like, yeah, a whole bunch of pictures of me going out and, you know, out and about with friends and stuff. So I'm missing the converter tool, really? So eventually, you know, we're going to get to that part with the man and Des, because I put in, like, yeah, these are all pictures. Then there's going to be a motion part. Oh, no, actually, I should listen to the sound because I know from the song when that part starts. Okay. So people, you know, folks, my folks, my folks, my folks, my people, my people, my people, my people, my people. And we're going to get to the video part in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and video. Oh, wait, no, not yet. Oh, here it goes. And face. Now we're doing video. And that's me trying on my friend's wigs. Sharon Needles back there. Okay. Oh, there we go. See, there it is. See? Right there. You see that? He was all leaned way back up against the car right before. And I asked him to get into the picture with Desmond. So you guys, you know, see that? See? Okay, now what did I just describe? I told you, oh, I was trying to take a picture of him. He was smiling. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. It's on video. He laughed. He looked over and there was Honey, you know, leaned all up against the damn car. And I was like, oh, you know, it was just funny to me. I was like, Desmond does not have the plague. So please don't do that. Anyway, so yeah, let's see. Are we back onto you now? Slow jams. Okay. So does that help? You know, you fucking idiots. Like, oh yeah, Kevin already pointed out, look at your husband with the sissy. Says the guy who runs around telling dudes to suck his dick. And no. And the one dude calling my husband a sissy first was the dude who runs around telling other men that he's going to rape them, just like he used to do in prison. What? Come on, you guys. Like, you got to do better. Try harder. Come on now. You know, I'll be around. I mean, I'm really about to ignore you guys after I finish responding to Ask Real. And I don't know if there's anybody else. Yeah, like I was saying, anybody else saying any shit about me and I responded to it, please put the link in the description box so I can get around to it, so I can say what I need to say in response. You guys can understand, you know, that my aversion to your company has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with your color. So I think that's it for that little segment. Yeah, his colleagues' wives are Asian. You know, I asked him to take that picture with Desmond and, you know, check the body language, you fucking weirdo, telling men to suck your dick. My husband doesn't go around telling other dudes to suck his dick, too. That's the other thing. Like, He doesn't go, oh man, suck my dick. Like not even, it never, you know, that's just not a part of his languaging because I don't know, we think before we speak up in here. Damn, you know, if, and that's really like, you guys, like, everybody isn't as miserable as you. Yeah, stuck with somebody they don't want to be with, you know, running across town to go get their dick sucked by somebody else. Okay, so here we are at 10:59. Let's continue. Yes, indeed they do. But it's at some point in your life, you have to make yourself happy. You got a motherfucker sitting online for 6-7 hours a day talking to nobodies like Lawrence Gilmore and the rest of them motherfucking sissies. Ha 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 ha. Ain't giving you no attention. We getting all the attention. It been times I remember I was told I was gonna screenshot the shits when me and Jeannie would go back and forth in the JT Riley group for hours. Just hours, and she not spending with you latched on to the hours that she's on Google Hangouts with all these sissies. Ha 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 ha. Okay, hold on now. Let's take a look at my channel. And let's count up all of these hours. I believe that I have one video that was, you know, a 6-hour hangout. I don't have like a whole shitload of hangout hours logged, but let's take a look at my channel. And oh hi there. Happy New Year. Sorry, my thing like links to videos that I've watched before. Okay, so here goes my channel. Hey, I'm live now. And here go my videos. Okay, now this channel, obviously 5 months old. Okay, let's see. On this channel, here's one hangout that had people in it. Okay, that one's about an hour and a half. Well, it's hour 22. Okay, we'll add it to this and that 142. Let's say this is 3 hours. 3 hours here, hanging out with other folks. This 3 hours must be, hanging out with other folks because I don't generally, or I haven't until lately responding to these videos. I haven't really done like, you know, live streaming where I'm not talking to other people and they're that long. You know, generally it's like if I have something to say, you know, maybe it's like, yeah, it's an hour or something. So yeah, we got what have we got? Yeah, 3 hours here, 6, you know, 7, 8, 9 and a half, 10 and a half to 11, 15. Adding that one, yeah, this one's 4 hours. 14 hours. Let's see. And this one is probably when I'm talking to people too. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, let's say I've spent 18 hours over the course of 5 months hanging out with other people online and doing these hangouts and these talks, okay? 18 hours over the course of 6 months. That's not even a full day over the course of 5 months. Let us take a look at Slow Jams. Let's look at his channel. Look at that face. Look at him. He's so proud of himself. Okay, let's see. Let's look at Shark Week's channel. And remember, you know, he's got, you know, 10 different channels and stuff. He's got a whole buttload of channels. So yeah, here's one channel, and you saw there was a link to another one there, right? Okay, so 5 months. Let's see in 5 months' time. You're saying, oh yeah, we get all the attention, and you know, I'm online a lot. So like, you know, I can be chatting with someone and also doing something else while I'm, you know, responding to comments. Like, what's wrong with you? You know, what makes you think that like, if I'm on the computer, that all I'm doing, you know, is talking to you guys? Like, I've been on YouTube. You didn't know this, or maybe you don't pay attention to things when people say them, because all you're doing is thinking about your own like twisted imaginations about things and making up your own truth. But I had been on YouTube since 2006 before encountering any of you weirdos. I was not looking for you weirdos to be bothered by. You know, I'm only being bothered by you weirdos because you guys swirl around the turtle shit. So anyway, and then, yeah, there are other people who have been bothered who you've also bothered because you swirl around the turtle shit, and he like will completely exploit the subject matter of Black females existing on the planet. So, you know, anybody who looks up Black female anything, you know, will come across this idiot on YouTube. And yeah, so they're, everybody who is involved here, isn't a fucking moron. But the people who are most active within this turtle shit pit, yes, are fucking idiots. You guys are slow. That's how you're able to be taken in by this fool. Okay, so you're saying that my man needs to be, upset or worried or something about my like 18 hours over the course of 5 months of doing hangouts, where I'm doing hangouts with these dudes to clear shit up because, people like you are running around acting like just like you don't have your own brains, and you need to get your homeboys, and you need to call people on the phone and have a caucus before you do anything. So you think that like everybody else, it has to be sent to do something, maybe, like, so Kevin was accusing the dudes of like, oh, I know, Gina, I know you're a real style, Gina, I know you sent them, and like, no, I didn't send anybody anywhere. I fight my own battles. I don't have to have a fucking crew fight for me, and I'm not trying to, get anybody to be on my side. I'm on my own side, and, I'm not trying to, get anybody to attack anybody on my behalf. As you can see, like, aren't you bitching right now about my attacks, quote unquote attacks? I do my own counter attacks. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's look at all your content from 5 months ago. Let's see. Your content from 5 months ago. You're talking about Monty. You're talking about Mike. Here you're saying Eric Garner. Yeah, here's your one Eric Garner video. Or where are the rest of them? Because the shit ain't over. Where's the rest? Huh? You care so much. No, we had to get back to, oh, here you go, fuck NYPD and coward ass black people. Oh, you got to throw in some fuck some black people. Here you're talking about me. Here you're talking about, oh, here you're hanging out with your homeboys, I think. Tommy Homo, you're cooking, Johnny, cooking Monty, and you're cooking, who else? Let's see. Yeah, Johnny, Pinhead, Mike Mills. I mean, is Michelle worried because you talk about Mike Mills so much? Is Michelle worried because you give so much attention to Mike Mills? Is Michelle upset because she, hears you telling other men to suck your dick all the time? Does that upset her? Probably not, huh? Because she knows that that's just the way you talk. But I could very easily say, out of your, let's say, what's each row here? 15, 30, 40, 55. Okay, let's say each row is an hour here. And over the course of 5 months, you've spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, well, 6 months. Okay, we'll say 8. 8. Let's say over the course of these 6 months, you spent 8 hours telling other dudes to suck your dick. Is that something that, Michelle is supposed to be worried about? Is she afraid that you are sucking dicks while she's at work? Because you're always telling me, or is she afraid that some dude is over at your house giving you a BJ? Because you're always talking about telling other guys to suck your dick. So is she worried about that? Yeah. Yeah, rest assured, my husband's not worried about me being online using YouTube or using Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever, anything as they were meant to be used. My husband's not worried about me using a comment section to make comments. I'm not worried about, he has his own trolls and arguments and shit. Don't y'all know? You guys, like, what makes you think, like, oh, that's the thing that's like so frustrating about this little turtle shit pit. The myopia, you guys are so narrow-minded that you think that you represent all black people on YouTube. And you are just like, no, there's so many other damn people that have no clue about this bullshit that you're going through. But you think you represent the black planet. You yourself, you feel like me calling you a shark, a hammerhead shark looking motherfucker. You think that I'm calling all black men hammerhead sharks, because you're fucking delusional. So yeah, you think that my husband should be somehow worried about how much time I spend or have spent on Hangouts with guys that you call sissies, even though I haven't seen any of those guys that you call sissies running around telling other men to suck their dicks. I haven't seen that you guys that you call sissies running around like your boy telling guys that they're going to rape them. I haven't seen these guys that you call sissies, telling other men that they're going to fuck them in the ass or that they need to come over and suck every piece of skin and the balls in the shaft. But you're telling other men to suck your penis and your skin and your shaft and whatever, huh? Is Michelle worried about that? Because these guys who you're telling to suck your dick seem to be getting all your attention. Is Michelle worried about that? The fact that, every time you have a thought that comes into your head, you got to run to YouTube and say something about it? Is Michelle worried about that? You dumbass. Okay, moving right along, 11:35. Let's just be clear. It's 2015, and this year I'm not the one to be fucked with. You understand what I'm saying? I'm on the top of my motherfucking game right now. I'm bringing down all you motherfuckers. As you've seen, Pinhead has not come back. And I want y'all all right now to go to Pinhead's channel and watch the video that he made a couple days ago called Jay-Z's Dead. Jay-Z died or some shit. But watch that fucking video and you come back and tell me that don't look like a fucking freshly born crackhead, man. Ha 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 ha. That nigga is a crackhead. He can't debunk that shit. Them eyes was fat wired like a motherfucker. Okay. I'm sorry, but you can't talk. See, I don't I don't make it a habit of talking about people's spouses and kids and stuff when it's like unnecessary. Like you bring up Michelle and say, oh, who wants to look at her, and who wants to be with this compared to her and stuff, and I'm easy on Michelle. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm sure Michelle is tired of you bringing her up every time you can't hold down an argument. So I don't make it a habit, but okay, to your lady, I'm only saying this because I am responding to what this man is saying. Okay, the both of y'all look like substances are running through your system. Okay, and it's just because you do, but a lot of people do. I've got like straight up Gucci bags under my eyes that I've had since I was a little baby, since I came out with them. Little old lady coming out. All right, been old for a long time, don't really care who calls me old. So you got some nerve, like I said, once again, you're saying that I'm this bad lady picking on African features, but how many times have you called Pinhead ugly? This video isn't even about him. And you had to just take an opportunity to say, oh yeah, by the way, Pinhead, what you look like, and you of all people, because like, damn, you think you fine or something. Who the fuck told you, who lied to you? Which one of them stupid bitches gave you all that confidence? Let's see. Look up a little picture of you, just a little close up. Let's get into some close up, high definition, slow jams, low aptitude in the face. Hold on, let me look at my looking on my desktop. I have a folder dedicated to this bullshit that I keep, separate from all my other things that make sense in my life, things that I love. And things that I do for a living. Let's see. Yeah, and it's called Web Bullshitting. Okay, Web Bullshitting. And in this folder called The Dumb, I have you guys separated in all my little memes and whatnot. And in a folder called Low Apt, here's Low Aptitude. So let's see. Should I screen share the folder? Nah, that'll like ruin all the element of surpriseness to pictures when I want to put them up. Okay, but I can do this. Here, we will pull the picture up and put it so that you can see it. Okay, now look at this dude. Look at that. He thinks he's fine. He thinks he's fine enough to run around talking shit about Pinhead all day and all night, and he has the nerve to say that this man looks like he's on something. And I'm like, dude, you don't really need to say that about other people, okay? Like, oh, damn. Okay, we're back now. Hope you were able to see that, before we got cut off here. I'll go ahead and share it again. Here we go. Here we go. This is the dude, okay? that we're talking about here. Like, come on. Come the fuck on. You gotta be goddamn kidding me. Uh, um, all right, let's go back to your damn stupid video where you just really. Was it this window here? Bear with me, y'all. I am navigating through a few windows here. Okay, so yeah, you want to go ahead and like talk shit about pins, but I dare say, buddy, that you are not operating with a male model's face. I don't know who told you that you were the finest man in the universe. Maybe it was Michelle and she's supposed to think that because she got to wake up looking at you. But I don't think that anybody else thinks that you're winning any beauty contest whatsoever. And I get called beautiful all the time. So it's like, it's not, and I'm sure your girl does too by the people that love you. I'm sure that you call her beautiful all the time. Okay. Whatever. I mean, this is what I've said before a million times. It's in the eye of the beholder. It's, oh, let me reopen that. It's not, beauty is not a fact. You know what I mean? Like, it's subjective. It's all about, who thinks it, depending on their perception and how they feel about what they're looking at based on their own experiences and preferences and stuff. Like, what's beautiful to one person is not necessarily beautiful to the next person. Okay, pardon me. I have to go find his video again. Oh no, it's probably in my history here. History. Okay, here we are. Okay. So where were we? I think we were at like, yeah, I want y'all all right now to go to Pinhead's channel and watch the video he made a couple days ago called Jay-Z's Dead. Jay-Z died, some shit. Go watch that video and you come back and tell me that don't look like a goddamn freshly born crackhead. Ha 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 ha. What's funny to me too is what a freshly born crackhead looks like. I couldn't tell you, I remember hanging out with my friend, actually my friend that I mentioned in the video last time, who was my roommate. We've known each other since we were kids. Like, there's pictures of us at each other's birthday parties. Anyway, she used to live up north in San Francisco in the Tenderloin. And like, she was saying something about how, the crack look or something like that. And she had said something, there was one guy that we had met one time, and she was like, he's been smoking. He got that burn on his lip and stuff. And I was like, what are you talking about? I had no idea what she was talking about because I'm not particularly well versed in the defining features of a crackhead. I do know one thing's for sure is that they all kind of get that like protruding brow Cro-Magnon thing happening. I've noticed that. There was a homeless man who used to always hang out on one particular on-ramp in the valley that I noticed, just over the course of a year, he aged so much. I felt so bad for this man. This was a black man. I felt so like, yeah, I remember he used to hurt. It just hurt my heart because it looked like, he already started out, with not a full deck, and he didn't have people to care for him. And, people would bring him food, bring him money. I would always, like, if I had something, I give it. But, he deteriorated so rapidly, and then one day we didn't see him anymore. But that protruding brow thing that happens with crackheads, like there's, I think, when I've seen people talk about like they're recovering and they used to do stuff, there's always like some certain features that get changed forever. I don't know. But anyway, you sure do seem to know a lot about what a freshly born crackhead looks like. All right, let's finish. That nigga is a crackhead. He would not debunk that shit. He can't debunk that shit. His fucking eyes was fat and wired like a motherfucker. Hey, you want me to stop calling you crackhead? Stop being a crackhead. For real, that shit is crazy, fam. Rehab. Now, back to you, Jeannie Burp Slash. Pink dick sucker. Hey, this shit gonna hurt before it feels good. Now let's break down this shit. You're a motherfucking dyke, bisexual, female. You know this. That's why you like to run around trying to call people, other men gay, or people gay, because you want somebody to join the rainbow with you. And you are one of those motherfucking, you're one of those motherfucking, motherfucking one of those, dominatrix type bitches, probably tie more dick to his leg and beat him in his ass with a paddle and shit. You know what I'm saying? I think you one of them ladies, man. You one of them ladies. And you like women. You spend more time with the women and the ladies than you do your own husband. I know you be over there licking carpets like a motherfucker. Don't accuse me of gay because you gay. You need somebody to join your motherfucking rainbow. Okay? All right, now let me stop right there. Okay. Now, I've already said I'm not sexually attracted to women. I don't date women. And if I did, I wouldn't be afraid to say that. Like, don't you guys know that about me by now? Obviously. Like, this is the, quote unquote crazy, bald, ugly bitch, that like doesn't like give a fuck about your feelings, when she addresses you. If you're going to come at her on some crazy ass, off color, inhumane shit, I can definitely hold my own with you. I think that just bothers the shit out of you. Y'all just want me to curl up and die. You want me to like make videos crying like you have, you want me to make some fucking crying about the world videos. Y'all gonna call me a sissy because I cry about the world. You want to make some videos like that to convince you of my femininity, I don't have any issues with gayness or lesbians or lesbianism, so or bisexuality or pansexuality or whatever. So if I were attracted to women, I wouldn't have any problem saying that. But I'm not. I'm not sexually attracted to women. And I've never had a girlfriend. I've never dated women. I've never experimented, with dating women. I think I said in like videos before, I've kissed a girl twice to make sure I didn't like it. Like me and my friend had kissed, peck kissed in front of some dudes because they asked us to, because we were drunk. That fucking frat party shit, kissed. No tongue. I don't know what it's like to kiss a girl with tongue, or anything like that. So like, yeah, I'm not a carpet muncher. And if I was, I would be a proud one. I don't hide who I am. I don't care what you think about who I am. And let me point out again, as I pointed out before, most of the gay people that I hang out with are actually gay men, not gay women. Most of the population of the clubs that I go to, and I do go to a drag show, or when I'm in a drag show, I'm dealing with straight women, because drag has a lot of straight female fans, and because of the glamour, and also gay men, the gay men who are drag, or the gay men who are gay who frequent these clubs. So like, you can call me a lesbian all day, but I'm not ashamed of myself. So I don't know. I guess it makes it easier that I am heterosexual. Like, I don't know what it's like to have to come out to my parents and tell them that I like boys, like maybe if I did have that experience, I might feel differently, but I seriously doubt it. Not raised in my household. My mother never taught me to be afraid of who I am. So yes, slow jams, if I did, what you fantasize about, if I dressed from head to toe in latex and messed with women, I would definitely say that and not be afraid of that, Yeah, and on the dominatrix tip, no, I'm not actually a dom. I'm not a dom, and my husband's not a submissive, and he's not a dom, and I'm not a submissive. We're not into any kind of like extracurricular sex. We have sex with each other. We don't need extra shit. I will find that when I've been out and I come back, if I've had a couple of drinks and I have all my stuff on and I go into the room, and if I make some noise and I wake him up, he wakes up, sits up in at full attention, and wants to play. So he likes my costumes and stuff, but we don't do that. We don't get into all that. But thank you for letting me know what you fantasize about, fucking weirdo. Let's continue. Now, you wanted to come back over here. Motherfuckers told me not to even mention you. They came to me and told me about your videos or whatever you was doing, but they told me not to mention you because you talk about Tommy wants back over here, but you do too, pink dick sucker. So welcome back. And you was real upset about me calling you ugly on that video. If you want me to stop calling you ugly, Jeannie, stop being ugly then. This shit is comical. Okay, he's so proud of himself for that. Loatu always laughing at his own jokes. So yeah, dude, like I said before, I don't mind that you think I'm ugly. I wish that you thought I was ugly, but you don't think I'm ugly. You actually think I'm cute, and you think that I'm one of the better Black women, and you think that I've been snatched up by white men. You already said this on TRS. You also already sent me messages talking about make videos. I like to hear you talk. You also already sent me messages talking about no beef with you. I'm just kidding. I think you're a smart, beautiful lady. So what bothers me about you and this ugly claim is that you're a contradictory asshole. You can think I'm ugly. I welcome you to think I'm ugly, but you don't think I'm ugly. You're just a bitch. So that when a woman disagrees with you, the first thing that you want to do is go, oh, well, you're ugly, as if all a woman's value is contained within what she looks like to men, So you wanted to try and belittle me. You want to try and denigrate me because your feelings were hurt. But dude, I wish that you thought I was ugly. I really wish that you thought I was ugly. The problem with you calling me ugly is that you're a liar. You think I'm ugly or you think I'm beautiful, but you told me both. That means one of those things was a lie. So you cannot be trusted. You see what I'm saying? You see what, like, your character is faulty. You're this guy who talks about how you always go around, going across town to get your dick sucked by this bitch and that bitch and blah, blah, blah. If I looked on your Facebook right now, you're always like talking to some other chick or something, I don't know, I've looked at your page maybe 3 times, looking for shit to use against you. And notice that, yeah, you like to like talk about other chicks a lot. You like to talk about other women all the time as if you don't have one at home. And I'm not talking about just like, having a conversation about an issue. I mean, like, you like to talk about, oh, this bitch, something about coming over to suck my dick, this, something or other, and acting like, I don't know, you're just always talking about other women and their sexuality or their sexual habits and stuff. And does this make Michelle nervous, So, yeah, dude, I mean, nice try. Nice try, Slow Jams. I know you wanted to get me, but you didn't get me there. Because, for one, Shark Week, my man was not in the room when I was sitting here talking about how unattractive this is. And for two, all of you guys, trying to convince yourselves that my husband is gay because he took one picture that I asked him to take. I actually had video proof of how that went down, and the fact that, like, he didn't even want to take that picture. And no, my husband doesn't want to be like married to a white woman, or like most of his colleagues, not constituents. He doesn't want to be married to an Asian woman. If he wanted that, he would be. And what else is your whining and bitching and moaning about up in here? Oh yeah, also, like, yeah, you got some nerve trying to say that there's something wrong with my criticizing your looks, saying that, this is somehow me showing disrespect for Black features, when you do pick on other people's features all the time. Haven't you called, I was talking about that Cosmic Dust guy before. Haven't you called him ugly? You made a video to him on your channel. Haven't you called Pinheads ugly? Haven't you called Mike ugly? Haven't you called all kinds of people ugly? And these are Black people. You calling all these Black people ugly, does that mean that you do not like Black people, or you do not respect Black people, or that you're a racist, or that you have a problem with Black people? Does you calling Turtle Face Charcoal Boy mean that you don't like dark skin or something? Come on now, get your shit together and quit. Pick some adversaries that you can deal with. Pick a fight that you can win. Pick up somebody your own size, you mental midget. Whew. Okay, so this one, let's see, this started at 5:09, 6:09. Okay, we're right at a little over an hour, 6:11 rather. So I'll go ahead and let this be just for him, and I will open up a separate one for Asriel, and I'll do that, I don't know, in a little bit. I need to let my machine cool off. I really do need a new machine because this one really overheats. And maybe it's time for me to graduate and get a fucking Mac. I'm so PC. So anyway, oh yeah, let me go ahead and look at this one comment here, because yeah, when I heard him mention Crystalline Cares, and I was like, oh God, what the fuck are you talking about her for? But I don't know why I said that. Like, of course he watches her videos because she does, she's the girl who swirls, she's an interracial dating advocate. Now, I'm not an interracial dating advocate junkie. I think people should be with who they want to be with, and I don't think that people should qualify other people according to their race so much. Character is on the inside. I don't care what the fuck color you are. So I don't agree with her as much as you might believe. And the reason why I'm subscribed to her and connected with her on Facebook is actually because she was mentioned to me by another friend of the family that I've known also since I was a little girl, who I ran into one day, and we both had, she had mentioned that Turtleface was bothering her friend because we connected on Facebook, and we were talking about some other shit that we were hooking up our information when she saw that I had put a link. I have a single link on my Facebook where all my friends and family are, that's like maybe 1 or 2 years old, regarding Turtleface, saying, and the reason why I put the link up there was because I'd gotten threatened that, oh, I'm going to shut your channel down, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, okay, guys, I might have to shut this page down because I have this stalker and blah, blah, blah. So I put up like who he is. This is who this person is. And I sent messages, to people, just to a couple of people, to let them know, like, if I shut this page down, I'm going to be using this one, and this is the person that's bothering me. So she looked on my page and she was like, oh my God, this guy is bothering you too. He's been messing with my friend. He's been totally harassing my friend. And like, she once like was thinking about doing something legal. He's so horrible. So she said, yeah, my friend Crystalline. So I hooked up with her on Facebook, and then, looking at her videos, I'm like, okay, yeah, you do this interracial dating stuff. So it began to, oh yeah. And when she sent me a video that was her interaction with Turtleface. What happened with Crystalline and Turtleface is Turtleface had asked her to be on his quote unquote show, and he ended up having a fit on her because she mentioned one of the magic words that makes Turtleface go apeshit, and that's child support. So she had said something about child support. He went all crazy on her and had been bothering the shit out of her ever since. So I am, I just like with Sirloin and with Minty's mongoloid ass, I'm completely understanding toward people who are saying like, oh my gosh, this turtle face fucker, he has stalked me, he has harassed me, he has false flagged me. I'm like, I bet you he did, because that's what he does. That's his MO. And I'm here for you. I believe you. I'm here to tell you that I believe you, because he will sit there and deny, and he will take everything that you've accused him of doing. He'll turn around and accuse you of doing it. When I caught him in all of his fake accounts, he turned around and started accusing Advise Show of everything that I had just caught his ass doing and proved that his ass was doing. Like, I put out a list of like 300 people. I'm like, you 300 motherfuckers don't exist. Where you at? Boom. The only people who have ever come back that I've challenged and be like, look, you don't exist and you might as well be Turtleface. The only people who have come back and said, I'm a real person, one was Mr. Mutada, and I wasn't even accusing him, but I'll go ahead and give him that. Like, I was just showing Kernel of Wisdom in a video, like, this is how I do, kind of like I'm doing now. Like, this is what I do when I'm perusing Facebook. I go this, I look at this account, and if I don't think it's a real person, I block it. Mr. Mutada, the reason why his account looked suspicious to me was because he had actually picked up a lot of Turtleface's languaging and stuff. So I thought, this could be a channel that he bought. This could be one that he took over. It could be. Don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and block it anyway. And the only reason why I looked at the dude's channel was because he subscribed to me. So I was looking for my subscriptions out. I don't just fucking, scan all over, Facebook and YouTube and Twitter land looking for people who like this dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if he does have a fan base. What I do give a fuck about is the fact that he be lying on it and using those lies as an excuse to give himself permission to talk shit about people with impunity, you know. So anyway, I had looked at Mr. Mutada's page, blocked him, and then he came back at me going, oh, this bitch, you know, blah, 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 whatever. And the other person who came back and was like, ha ha, I got you, bitch, was Swole Blister. She was like, ah ha ha, you know, I'm not a troll. I'm a person. I'm a real person. I'm not Tammy. And I'm like, good, you know, thank you, girl. Because guess what? I have been asking people playing to the tune of hundreds now. I've asked hundreds of people, you know, if you are such a big old fan, how come you hide talking to me and saying the same thing that this dude says? Why is that? Could it be because he's rotating fake accounts? Because it's real fucking easy to do, you know, like, but he's dealing with people who are slow on the uptake, so they believe in bullshit really, really easily. Or they make up stories for themselves, like this fucker here telling himself that I'm sitting here next to my husband when my husband's not sitting there. So, this fake account bullshit wrangling thing has been his, you know, his MO for a while. He got really, really crazy into it after Cabby laughed at him. But back to what I was talking about, with Chrislyn. Anyway, so I ended up, you know, connecting with Chrislyn based on a mutual friend from childhood. I watched her interactions with turtles, understood that, yes, okay, that makes sense. He's stalking you. It's so funny that the week that I was introduced to her, he had put up some shit on his Facebook talking shit about her, saying, oh, she looks like Babyface. Look at these two separated at birth and blah, blah, blah. She doesn't even fucking look in his general direction, but he keeps on bothering her because his feelings are hurt, because she's moved on and actually has established a platform that has got some numbers and has got some traction. You know, she's actually gone and really built an actual platform based on her interests. Now, I am not interested in advertising for interracial relationships. It's not that important to me. I really don't fucking care, you know, what color people are when they hook up or what color their children turn out to be and all that stuff. We are human beings on the planet Earth. We are one race, whether you like it or not. But yes, it was funny to me. I was like, I went after you mentioned her, I went to go check out what she posted lately, and I watched this, and here I say, well, damn. Okay, since we share a stalker, we must also have mutual trolls. I've seen your name pop up in some odd places the past few days. Now I see why. There's little that the Black Woman Haters Club can say in response to this argument that doesn't validate it completely. Oh, well, good observation. What she's saying right here in this video is, you know, hey, you black men that are saying, you know, Black women need to choose better options and they need to stop having babies with these thugs, you know, don't get mad when they don't choose you. And I'm like, okay, well, the way that she presented it, you know, the way that she laid out her point was just flawless. There were no holes in her argument. There was no room for error. There was no way any of the Black Woman Haters Club could complain about that. So I was saying, you know, that's probably why you mentioned her. Oh, women like Chrislyn Karazin and making it their job to go denigrate Black men and stuff like that. You don't fucking listen. Do you understand that this woman has the experience of being told, you're too black, your nose is big, you're so ugly, blah, blah, blah. So why the fuck are dumbasses like you running around talking about white men taking up all our women when you spend all of your time talking shit about your women, your quote unquote women, and, you know, presuming that you own a bitch just because her skin tone is similar to you? Like, that's nuts. And you are not fucking exclusive in this dysfunction. You know, there are Asian communities, Hispanic communities, white communities, and Black communities where there are people who are so separatist and so exclusivist that they don't want their quote unquote women, who are their possessions, I guess, being given away to people in the other camp. But I mean, God, you don't make no damn sense. So what, white men are snatching up all your women that you don't want anyway because they're so damn ugly and bald? What? Okay, anyway. I'll see you guys in a little bit to go over Ask Real the Nun. And I hope everybody is having a good day. All the good people, I wish you well. All the bad people, I wish you swift karma. Okay, peace out.